Internet fame can be fleeting. Some influencers just become irrelevant, but some others have a much darker fate. Online celebrities, like all people, are vulnerable to all the dangers of the world. Depression, illness. Regardless of their follower count, everyone can be affected by these issues. However, some people have to deal with it in the public eye, only to be forgotten when a new celebrity pops up. Today, we'll talk about some famous influencers who passed away without the world knowing. But be warned, this video includes mentions of very serious topics, so viewer discretion is advised. Ethan is Supreme, born Ethan Peters, was a rising star in the online beauty community. He had 500,000 Instagram followers, 750,000 followers on TikTok, and he also had a YouTube channel where he shared makeup looks, reviews, vlogs, and commentary videos. Ethan described his own style as, think gay, but kinda dark. And he said his looks were inspired by Miley Cyrus, Marilyn Manson, and Tana Mongeau. Ethan started his online career in 2017, which forced him to leave his private Christian school. There, they thought his appearance disrupted the school's code of moral conduct, even though he was a good student and got good grades. After leaving school, Ethan enrolled in an online school and started Hellboy, his own clothing line. But even at his young age and being an entrepreneur, Ethan was a troubled soul. According to his family, he struggled with some issues for a while. In a post from March, Ethan shared that he was getting sober after a long time of consuming prescribed medication, but also illegal substances. Ethan was also called out for supposedly being transphobic, and people also called him out for allegedly doing blackface one time, even though he claimed he was only using bronzer for a makeup look. Apart from this, Ethan said that he had also been harassed at school when he was younger. On September 5th, 2020, Ethan's father found his son's body in his bedroom. He apparently had an accidental dose. He was only 17 years old. Shortly after Ethan's passing, his best friend Ava tweeted a picture of both of them with the caption, "My best friend in the entire world, my twin flame, the only person there for me when I had no one. I love you, Ethan. I'm at a loss for words." Ethan's father told Fox News that his son wanted nothing but to inspire, make people laugh, and push the boundaries of what is acceptable in our world for all young people. But while Ethan's friends and family mourned, some people on the internet didn't hesitate to express his hatred towards him. One person wrote, "A transphobic facer makeup artist has died from a overdose. We love to see it. Rest in hell, Ethan Supreme." Another person tried to tone down the criticism and wrote, "You can simultaneously talk about how he was problematic and did horrible things to people and not be an," and then added, "He was transphobic and a plethora of other bad things, but he was still 17. 17 is so young to be gone forever. He still had a plethora of time to make change and do better. Addiction is no joke, and y'all cracking jokes are terrible. Let his friends and family grieve." Ava tried to spread some awareness on Ethan's struggles to prevent other kids from going through the same, and she tweeted, "I'm openly discussing his cause of death to save the next kid from perks. He was so bright and so smart. He needed to live. He was more than his demons, and you are all too. Please get help." Ava did the right thing by encouraging people to get help. In the case of the next influencer, doing exactly that could have saved her life. Dazaria Schaefer had 1.4 million followers on TikTok when she sadly passed away in February 2021. She was known as D, and like all people her age, she posted videos of herself dancing and singing, and she was only 18 years old at the time of her death. On February 10th, Dazaria's mother, Jennifer, shared a Facebook post confirming that her daughter had her own life. Dazaria's father, Rodney Andre, set up a GoFundMe page where he wrote a heartbreaking message. "I only want to hold you again, my little jelly bean. Now I come home and you're no longer going to be there waiting for me. I have to let you fly with the angels. Daddy loves you." It may look like Dazaria had it all, you know, the loving parents and the support of all of her fans, but there was a very dark side to her life. Apart from her main TikTok account, Dazaria had a spam account where she also posted. Those TikToks show that the teenager was struggling with serious issues, and some of her videos may have been a cry for help. In her side account, Dazaria shared how hard it was to live with her mother Jennifer and her stepdad. Apparently, Jennifer had trouble remaining sober, and she had a very dysfunctional relationship with her daughter. In one of those TikToks, Dazaria said that her mother asked her not to wear revealing clothes because she didn't like how her stepfather looked at her.
"My friend will be with us. Please don't wear anything tight or revealing. Wear sweatpants and jacket. What's up, lil mama? Hey, don't talk to my man. I saw the way you was looking at him."
In another video, Dazaria says that her stepfather suggested a punishment for her that involved spending half an hour on her knees on rice. This footage shows that Dazaria was most likely not living in a loving and safe household. These calls for help went unnoticed, and the teenager's living situation may have contributed to her decision of her own life. Dazaria had a promising career and a long life to live, so she will be missed. She's an example of how warning signs should not be overlooked. In this case, she did ask for help, but sadly, that was not enough to save her. Landon Clifford was only 19 years old when he sadly passed away. He and his wife Cameron had a YouTube channel called Cam and Fam with 1.3 million subscribers. They used their platform to share and document their family life as young parents of two girls, Colette and Delilah Rose. According to Cameron, Landon had always struggled with his mental health. He had depression, anxiety, and ADHD. Right before the birth of their second child, Landon started really struggling and he decided to seek help. A doctor prescribed him several medicines which helped him in the beginning, but he soon started misusing them and ended up depending on them to function. Then their baby girl was born. Taking care of a newborn baby and a young child was hard, so the couple took a break from YouTube and decided to work on their issues. They reached out to each of their families for help, so they ended up in different states. Once they felt better, they got back to their home in Austin. Landon was sober and they were going to therapy and everything seemed to be looking up. One day, Landon apologized to Cameron for everything he had put her through. That night, before going to bed, Landon said that he would take a bath, but when Cameron went to check up on him, he wasn't there. After Cameron looked everywhere in the house, she found him in the garage, where he had attempted. Cameron called the police and they managed to feel his pulse, so they took him to the hospital. Landon spent 6 days in a coma before he was pronounced brain dead on August 18th. He was registered as an organ donor, so even in his last moments, he helped people and put others before him. Cameron was left alone with their 2 daughters, but hopefully the 3 of them have the love and support of friends and family. The next person on this list did not harm herself. She was, in fact, the victim of a murderer. Alexis Sharkey was an Instagram businesswoman who promoted the hair care brand Monet. She loved traveling and Halloween. Alexis went missing on the 27th of November 2020 after spending Thanksgiving with her friends. People who were close to her have said that she was always on her phone, so when she stopped answering the messages, everyone realized that there was something wrong. Alexis's best friend said she has never been known to disappear or not answer her phone. I don't think we have ever gone more than 6 hours without texting. On November 28th, sanitation workers discovered Alexis's body on the side of a road in Houston. She was only 26 years old. Even before the authorities could provide an official statement about Alexis's cause of death, her mother said that she believed that she had been due to the circumstances in which her body had been found. Shortly after, the police declared that the cause of death was homicide by strangulation. After Alexis's passing, her sister referred to her as a smart, savvy, successful businesswoman, and then added, "That's how I want everyone to remember her." Even though everyone spoke about Alexis as an influencer, her sister said she hated that word. She also said that she was still in denial about her sister's murder. She was such a fun, happy person who had so much anger in them that they could do this to her. So far, no one has been arrested for Alexis's homicide, but investigations are still ongoing. Let's hope that Alexis gets justice and her friends and family can finally start healing. Her Instagram followers remember her with immense love. The next person, however, did not receive the same compassion after his passing. Plasma Master Don was 73 years old when he passed away in December 2020. Why is he on this list, you may ask? Well, because he also was an influencer, more specifically a YouTuber. Plasma Master Don was a seemingly sweet, elderly man who used his YouTube channel to post covers of popular songs.
I don't feel much pain, got a knife in my back and a bullet in my brain. I'm clinically insane, walking home alone. I see faces in the rain.
It's not the most usual thing that an old man decides to become an influencer, so he quickly became very popular. Everyone thought Plasma Master Don was the most wholesome, the purest, and most adorable influencer in the entire world. However, there was a dark side to him. Way darker than you may imagine. In December 2020, Nick Crawley posted a YouTube video where he explored the similarities between Plasma Master Don and a registered offender called Donzel E. Owens Jr. Nick began his investigation after reading a Reddit post that exposed the similarities between the YouTuber and Donzel. This thread also provided a mugshot of Donzel who looks extremely similar to Plasma Master Don. The man in the mugshot had been charged for touching a minor inappropriately. inappropriately. Nick was not sure whether Donzel was the same person as Plasma Master Don, so he did a careful investigation before accusing him of anything. Nick found out that Plasma Master Don and Donzel E. Owens, apart from looking exactly the same, shared the exact same name and the exact same birthday. They also drove the exact same car and lived in the same area, so it's very likely that they were, in fact, the same people. After Nick released his video on Plasma Master Don on December 11th, the entire internet went on the old man's YouTube channel to comment on his videos. Everyone was surprised and scared that their beloved, wholesome, and pure elderly influencer was actually a monster. The whole internet felt betrayed. 10 days after Nick's video was posted, Plasma Master Don passed away from a lengthy illness, while the whole world hated him. Life can fade as quickly as fame. In many cases, mourning someone is hard, but it may be even harder for the families of influencers who often have to say their goodbyes in the public eye, in front of people who judge and scrutinize them. So take this as a reminder to always be kind to people in real life, but also online. Behind every account, profile, and screen, there's a real person with a real family who can feel love, happiness, and obviously pain. Also, let's keep an eye open for the warning signs of someone who might be struggling with mental health issues. Regardless of our follower counts, all of our lives are precious and fragile. Did you follow any of the influencers I just told you about? Let me know in the comments section below.